I remember when I first started collecting spiritual items. I had candles, oils, charms, little things I picked up because they felt important. But if I'm being honest, I didn't really know how to use them. Hello everyone, welcome to or back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in to another video. Today we're going to talk about something a lot of people don't say out loud. Having spiritual items and knowing how to work with them are two completely different things. And sometimes we don't realize that until we've already collected a lot. I remember looking at everything I had one day. Candles lined up, charms I barely touched, items I thought were supposed to do something. And then I realized I was collecting, but I wasn't practicing. And that's when things started to shift for me. In the beginning of my journey, I thought I needed just about everything I could get my hands on to help my spiritual practice, not necessarily knowing how to use them, when to use them, and what exactly they were used for. I guess you can say at the time I was buying things, but I was also studying them at the same time. So basically I would get something, study it, realize what it's for, and then I would use it. But before actually putting it to work, I was already purchasing and collecting something else. I soon realized that my spiritual practice had basically become a habit of collecting items rather than actually practicing itself. So after having a big collection of various items that I somewhat knew how to use but didn't at the same time, I had to learn that the power was never in the object by itself. It was in how I used it. Not how many things I had and not how complicated it looked, but my intention, my consistency, and my clarity. Once I understood that, everything became simpler. I had to learn how to slow down. Instead of grabbing something and expecting it to work, I started preparing it, not in a complicated way, but intentionally. I would take a moment, clear my mind, and set a purpose. This is for protection. This is for peace. This is for stability. And that changed everything. I also used to wear things without really thinking about it. One day it meant one thing, the next day something else. And then I realized that creates confusion. So I stopped switching. If I wore something, it had a purpose, and I stayed consistent with it. And when I started doing that, I felt more grounded. I also used to think I needed a lot to do effective work. Basically, I needed multiple items, different steps, with more effort. But the more I learned, the more I simplified. Now my practice looks like one candle, one focused intention, one or two tools. That's pretty much it, and it works. I have to say the biggest shift for me was understanding this. My tools support me. They do not replace me. And once I understood that, I stopped depending on things and started working with them. So if you're new to the spiritual journey, just remember, you don't need more items. You need more intention. You don't need more complexity. You need more consistency. And once you understand that, everything you already have becomes enough. I thank you guys for tuning in to another video, and thank you for taking the time to spend these few minutes with me learning more about your spiritual practice. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, do feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I do love responding to your guys' comments. And as I always say, remember to be you, be free, and be magical. I'll see you guys in the next one.